101 deal. Let's try to get an idea of what's going on, but I want it to be interactive. I want you guys to, if you see something dummy he's doing, let's tell him. Okay, make him cry.
Please and thank you. But yeah, so I go to Zillow, hit the filters, and then for
I'm gonna make your life even easier. Forget the filters for now. Okay, I just want you to start shotgunning a little bit. So this is what I do: is I find an area. Here's the nation. Let's go to some place where nobody really goes. It's usually Iowa. Let's say Missouri this time. Okay, I like to just come in here, and you see all those dots. I like to find like a little bit of a concentration of dots like this. Okay, or even this. Let's do that, and just hit it. Just hit one of them. Okay, and then over here it tells you. What I want you to do is kind of look for properties around the 200, like this kind of a property. So it's in the 200, but right away, just go down here and see, okay, it's 1,400 a month and it's 226. So I move on. I move on from that one because it's not what I want. 175, let's see what this is. It's 3 days on Zillow. What's the rent? Not available.
Not available.
Okay. I don't love this one, but let's see what the rent is. So then go to Rentcast. So grab, always the first thing is just grab this and copy it. And then let's
Is that
go to
2 properties on a lot?
I think so. Let's double check it. Hold on just 1 second. Let's just see what it rents for. We'll just go, everything I want you to do, I want you to do simple. Like make your life easier. Oh boy. Okay. I don't want to have to do all that. What's the other? That's Rentcast. I can't remember what the other ones are. Okay. If I have any resistance, I just bail. So let's go to something else. Okay, 93 days on Zillow. Because I know most of these aren't going to. That's a boat dock. Here's a condo. Let's just see what we're like in this area. Right now, what we're looking at rent-wise. So this was 170. So we need the rent to be, drum roll please. Okay, that's terrible. Okay, so at that point, I get out of that area.
Yeah.
Okay, because nothing's really doing the rents that I want. So let's go up to this area. And there's water around here. So this is going to be desirable to people living there. Sunrise Beach, like there's a lot of stuff in here. Okay,
and there's a ton of things for sale.
Right, and so this is probably like 14K. It's probably just a lot. Okay, these are expensive in here, but let's see. I mean, why is this one 289? Let's see what that's got. Okay, so it's kind of a cabin near the lake. We're at 289. Price increased to 2. I don't know what that means. Maybe that's not 289. But let's see what the rent is. And it's not available. This is driving me bananas here. Hold on. Okay, so maybe this might be too wealthy of an area. So again, we're just looking for those concentrations. Let's go down here. Okay, 399. We need this to rent for how much?
Like 4,000, 2,000 a unit.
Exactly. So that didn't give me my rent. So let's go over here. But it's just kind of a shotgunning. Yep. So it's active.
That looks nice.
65. What do we got? No freaking way. Okay. What is the other way to find rents? I can't remember because I haven't done it in a while. Anybody? What do you guys use?
Maybe.
I know Zillow rental.
Isn't there like a Zestimate or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's usually here. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
At that point, sometimes I just
would you use PropStream for that to find the rent?
No, they don't have it on prop stream. So okay, let's do. Okay, well, let's see. Zillow. Well, let me do the Zillow's rent calculator. Maybe it's just being dumb. Usually it comes up here. That's why it makes it easier. But see, I always want to make sure that we're not getting too frustrated too quickly in this kind of a scenario. So, boy, that is not the right thing. Because I want you on the phone as quickly as possible. And so this, when you get frustrated like this, then you end up going in the kitchen and trying to find something to eat. Okay, so this is 116 a month.
Okay.
At 165. Okay, so on this one, I'm like, okay, well, pretty nice. I mean, the place doesn't need any work. I can get somebody in there right away, right?
Right.
So this one is not a horrible one to call on because we're gonna kind of work it, okay? And so at that point, I just call on this. And so
Sure.
So okay, good. 71 days on market, and you're gonna call this one right here.
Amazing.
And do me a favor, just turn off down by your name. There's a thing that is noise suppression. It allows us to hear the phone. Just down by your name, go up two rows, and then it's got like 5 lines that are vertical, and just click on that. Perfect. No, you're fine. As long as it's off, I'll be able to hear you. Okay, and so this is it. I mean, it's this simple. So we know that the rents don't really, as far as Zillow is saying, the rents don't quite make it to what we need. But who's to say we don't make this a, we knock the price down enough to make it work. Your call. Yeah, works great. Yeah, you turned it off, right? You went to none. Like there should be a line through it. So yeah, you click it and then see so turn off noise suppression. Click that little thing. So then it should be good. Okay. Yeah, and so you're looking at this and it's saying it's newly renovated. I want you to build rapport with the realtor. It's the most important part of this whole thing. And you're gonna find out why they're moving. Here it is right here. Pine Street. Okay, call right back. Hang up and call back. Hang up and call back. Hang up and call back. So no, that's fine. Hang up and call back. I call back 3 to 4 times. Usually they answer and they're like, "What? What do you want?" And so it's fine. It's fine. Should be fun. That's the whole point. No need. Just we want to get a hold of them right now. On the 4th one, you can leave a voicemail. And you're just curious. You're moving to the area. You can be whoever you want to be. You can be a new investor. You're done with that? Go ahead. Hang up and call back. And you can say, "Oh, I thought it wasn't going through. I apologize," when she gets mad. Okay. Yeah. We're just gonna bail on that one. Let's go to this one, 190. Got mobile home vibes, but I don't think it is a mobile home. We're gonna see what the Zestimate is. It's 1,000. So, and this is 190. So we're moving on. Okay, so I don't like this area. The rents aren't really doing what I want. So let's go to Tennessee and see what we got. Let's go to an area that we haven't really heard about before. There we go. Now we're talking. Okay, so click on this. 159. Let's see what the rents are. There we go. That's not horrible. We're pretty close. We can knock them down a little bit. 46 days on market. Let's take a look at the inside, see where we're at. Okay, not horrible. It's rental ready. Okay. So you're going to call them. Okay, and you're not going to give any numbers on this first call. Only report. Because we'll run our numbers later just so we can have a reason to call them back. Let me get you a phone number. Sorry about that. Okay. So if you speak Spanish, you're probably in a good place here because that's it's a corner lot.
So, I mean, I really like the property. Has it been rented in the past at all?
Yes, it was a rental property, and tenants got out and put it for sale.
Oh, got it. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it looks great. Well, I'll tell you where I'm at. I'm over here in California. I currently have 4 properties. I'm just looking to get my 5th right now. It's a little steep where I am. I'm over in LA County, so kind of crazy. But yeah, I was just gonna look and see if this was like a potential, thing I can maybe move on and, start renting it out, things of that nature.
Yeah, it's a great location for renters. Yeah.
Yeah.
So are you currently working with a real estate agent?
Not as of right now. I'm not really looking for representation because I'm not too far into the process. But, I was just calling to see if this was, a good move for me, or, maybe if I can, see where the numbers are. Yeah, that's mainly what I'm looking at right now, and it looks to be, decent. I think there might be a profit margin. Do you know what it was rented for in the past?
I think it was being rented for around $1,000, but right now the rent price is for a 3-bedroom, 1 bath is probably
1,200. Okay. Yeah. It's a little low, but you know what? It doesn't sound that bad actually. That might work out for the margin. So yeah. Let me check really fast. Yeah, I kind of just wanted to touch base with you for this one. Are you free in maybe an hour or so? I want to talk to I have a fiance, and we're kind of figuring out this whole thing right now. also, I want to talk to a good friend about my next purchase. I told him I was in the middle of looking for another property. Is it okay if I call you back maybe in an hour?
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Okay, great. Yeah. All right, then let me touch base with you in around an hour. Yeah, my name's Woodrow, by the way, so I'll be calling you back soon. Hold on, give me 1 second.
Why are they selling?
Why are they selling? Okay. Yeah, I'll call you back in around an hour. But can I ask you why are you guys selling this in the first place?
My husband and I were the owners, and we currently big project, and we need the cash
Okay.
to finish that other project.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, it looks like a great rental property, so it might be up my alley.
Okay.
Yeah, no worries. Let me call you back in, an hour. I'll get back to you soon.
All right, sounds good.
All right, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
Okay. Good call. Good. I'll give you a C.
Oh, see.
Only a C, because you need to take command of the situation, and don't be afraid to let them talk. So what you're doing is you're so worried about your next question that you're not listening to her answers. The second she said that she owns it and that she was the one renting it, that's a great, like, you're like, well, wait a minute. So, you're telling me it rents for $1,000 a month. Were you not cash flowing? What was going on with that? Is this one of those properties you're just trying to get rid of because it's not working out? Because I got to figure out a way to make it work out for me. But if it didn't work out for you, it's probably not a great move for me. Let her then sell you the property. You know what I mean? Let her be like, no, it's so great. We're super happy with it, and blah blah blah. Oh, PropStream does have rent estimate. I'm an idiot.
Just a little bit.
So she's got a mortgage on it at 7%. She's paying $619 a month. So she's having a rough time cash flowing. They must have just gotten this loan, in June, because see, it's the loan is 93.7, and they paid off just one. They've only made one payment. That's weird. There's something weird going on there.
Yeah.
So these are all the things that you're curious about. So we know that they owe $100,000. So let's think in our brain that this is something that we can either come in, take over their loan, right? And it's 7%, but it's a small loan. So we're kind of okay if we can get it to cash flow. At 619, I don't think it's going to cash flow.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, because there's just too much stuff going on. So not a great property. I'm not thrilled with it. What do you think?
I think it might be decent. If
Okay.
it rents out for 1,200, you pay 619, 25% off the top. It's gonna be one of those deals that aren't like, it's not like hey, this is an awesome deal, but it's
Right.
one of those ones that like might just break you even if you do a sub two.
Which means it might not sell and probably won't sell unless it's amazing. Okay.
Right.
The only thing I can see here is their equity is $100,000. We know they owe $100,000.
Yeah.
So they're to break even, because the estimate's 193, but I don't believe that. They don't believe it because their price is what, 159?
Yeah.
Okay. So they don't even believe it's worth what the. So on this one, I would come in and just offer a cash price of 93,000.
Oh yeah.
That works. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Hey,
that might fix her problem too, because she said she wants
cash. She wants to get out of it, but she has to pay this. So that's what I would offer. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Decent.
so not a great deal. We kind of knew it going in, which is kind of cool. So Like when you see that it's renting out for 1,000 and it costs 160, then you know. So the more you do that, the more you're going to be like, okay, that's not a deal, and this isn't. So we're not going to waste our time with this one because nobody's going to buy that. But then we're going to go and try to find other places and just see what's around. And once you click on an area, then all the ones in that area come up. And so you just start rolling through those. And let's see. I mean, this one looks good. 239 looks kind of newish. It's kind of a simple house, not much going on, but it's new construction. Let's see what and no rent estimate. Jeez Louise. Let's see. So always grab the address when you first see it, so you don't have to go find it and just copy it. I don't know why these aren't talking to each other. That's weird. Okay, let's see what do you guys think the rent on this one's going to be?
1,200.
Okay, no, nothing found. Okay, so again, if I see resistance, I just move on. I don't want to waste a ton of time trying to find out what the rent is on that, because I can figure it out. This one's been on for 1 day. Let's just see what its estimate. Hopefully nothing. That's great. That's great. Okay, so
Technology.
well, it's super frustrating. Let me just see. So okay, all right, this is great. I'm hating Zillow. I'm hating PropStream. Okay, let's see if PropStream even tells us. Maybe that's where we need to go.
How was your Easter?
Uneventful, which is exactly how I like it. That's perfect.
Oh my goodness.
And it's coming up. Okay, but what I want you to work on, we're gonna go out of Tennessee and try to find someplace else.
Get out of there.
We're out of there. Chattanooga. Let's see what's here. Okay, now we're at 200,000. And these 200,000 ones are kind of the sweet spot. Come on, 2,000 a month. Hey!
Oh,
okay.
wow.
Right?
That was
we got to win.
surprising.
So now we're in an area that might be good. So what happens too is as you're searching like this, you'll find areas that are good. Okay, they've been on for 19 days. Let's give you another shot.
Okay.
This time I want to be mellow, okay? And don't be weird because you're like, hey, so how you doing?
Okay, I'll be mellow. I just kind of, I don't know. Just
no,
like
it's
testing
creepy.
it out. I really like
Totally
the critique though. I'm serious. Like,
yeah,
I
full
really
on
appreciate
creepy.
it.
Yeah, super creepy. Hey,
You're a dog,
so,
dude.
how's it going? Hey, I
Dude,
lost my
you
puppy.
suck, bro.
Fine, let me find my puppy.
Dude, you fucking suck.
Okay, so as you're doing this, here's your cheat sheet right here. They wrote this up. Okay, so ask them questions out of this. So do a quick read while you're sitting there.
Okay.
And just say, hey, it looks like this has been updated. The outside is kind of charming. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, are those actual granite countertops? Do you see what I'm saying? So you can just
I've never done that, but yeah, I see what you're saying.
It's so much easier because we don't know. Hey, what about the HVAC? How old's the HVAC?
I don't know, dude. I don't want to sound creepy asking about the HVAC.
Yeah, you're hey, so
all right, dude. You gotta stop. All right.
oh, you gotta go for a run or something. Okay, let's give him a call. Here you go. Where's the? Okay, you're gonna call Asher. It's gonna be a dude, so you don't have to be as weird. So that's good.
Okay, sounds good.
And just like don't worry about how they're doing. Just kind of get into it. Like, hey, I'm looking at this. tell me what's going on. Often I say, hey, what is Zillow not telling me about this place that you can tell me?
Okay.
So that way you're at least looking at Zillow.
Should I tell them like it's steep in California and property thing or no?
No, we don't care about that. Don't worry about your credibility on any of this. This
Okay.
is all about you. Just like, hey, it looks like a nice clean house. And don't say you love it at any point because you're like, hey, I love this house. Like, nope, you don't love it because you're gonna beat it up here in a minute.
Okay.
And you can say that property looks pretty big, is it?
Yeah.
And what's going on? It looks like there might be a leak on that floor.
I did. All right. I'm gonna press the call button in a second here.
Okay, do your thing.
Okay.
Let me put you back so you can see the
With the
address.
description, I'll do the little description thing.
Yeah. So there.
Hey, thank you for calling the office of Asher Black.
Oh, he's a she. Sure, I thought it was a guy.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that's just not.
Not budging.
Hey, thank you for calling the office of Asher Black.
All right, one more.
Okay.
One more.
Yep. Oh, what did I do there? Sent that address to you.
Our regular business hours are from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Okay.
If you're calling during
Let's
this hour,
go. I sent you the address. You can call her back later.
Okay.
But we're in a good area. Like that. This is cool. Once you find a good one, like 159, this one looks pretty good. Let's see what it went for. Yay. Okay, you're in a good. So this is a good area, you guys. Chattanooga. I'm gonna put that one in your defense too. So let's call on this one real quick. I just want to get you on the phone and let's see if we can be less creepy and see how that works.
Okay. Gotcha.
And this is Eric, so hopefully he's not a she.
Right. Erica. I don't know.
Oh, could be.
All good though.
Okay, and
Oh, I'm actually calling right now.
you do it. Here's things to say.
Send the address.
And that's why I want you to do this fast because of all these that don't answer.
Hello, this is Eric with 1% Live Phoenix City. I'm sorry I missed you.
Call back. Answer your freaking phone, Eric.
Yo, Eric. Air Bear.
That's gonna be handicapped assessment. Okay. So I put that one in your
Hello, this is Eric with 1% Live Phoenix City.
Okay.
Okay, so you get where I'm at?
Yeah, I wish I could have taken your advice and tried to show you if I'd improved on a phone call. But,
Yeah, if we can find another one, let me see.
Yeah.
Let's see, 274 or 160. Let's try this one. Okay, this one's got a mother-in-law suite as well, so that's kind of cool. So let's see. So you want to find out, okay, 182 and we're 160. There you
Okay,
go. This one's one to call on.
here we go.
Let me get you a Kurt is her name. So I sent all these to you in your DM just so you have them.
Got it.
Okay, and then
Thanks, man.
you got Kurt's number. You see how
Yeah.
we're just calling after another after another. This is what I want you guys to do. So here's the address.
Got it.
This is Kurt.
Hey, Kurt, I was calling about 6622 Gary Lane.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I was just looking at this property. Just wanted to see where you guys were sitting with this one. Yeah, I mean, it looks decent. Man, is it?
Yeah, so we've got 3 offers, 2 more supposedly on the way. I've got like 11 more showings today, 2 tomorrow booked.
Right.
We've asked for highest and best by 5 o'clock tomorrow.
Oh wow! So you guys are looking to close quickly on this one.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, the condition it's in, it's not rentable. I was looking to maybe do like a burst strategy or something of that nature. All right. I mean, yeah. Oh. Yeah, I'm just looking over the pictures right now. You know, if I were to fix this one up, it might do okay considering the market, but there's a lot to do. I mean, what can you tell me that Zillow's not really telling me about this one?
I mean, I think the ARV on this one can be in the 3s.
Threes?
The whole basement is the same footprint as upstairs. I mean, it's the same size. So, that could be built out. If I were to do this house myself, I would get rid of one of the bedrooms upstairs and just make a big master suite with 1 bedroom up there, and then I'd build out a couple bedrooms downstairs.
Okay.
And there's also room for an ADU in the backyard. I mean, the backyard's huge. You could either split the lot and do a new build or put an ADU on the property.
Okay. So if you're gonna do this, you would probably, take out that bedroom and, split the ADU. But you said the ARV was around 300,000. I'm looking around and those the most recently sold properties are only around like 250, 240. There was one listing for 300,000, but that one was, larger in square feet. So yeah. Yeah. I'm kind of just looking this over right now. All right.
Just wrap it up.
Okay. Yeah, if I can make an offer on this, I will.
Okay.
It looks good from the outside, but yeah,
the inside's rough and it smells like they had 10 dogs. I mean, it's pretty rough inside, but I think it's a gem. There's good value there.
Gotcha. Okay. No worries. Yeah, let me look it over and then I might call you in a little bit here.
Okay. Sounds good. Thanks.
Bye now.
Okay, yeah, that was terrible too. So what do you think it is? What do you think? What's holding you back from? So here's the deal. Like the second he says, yeah, and it smells like they had 10 dogs. I'm like, wow, you're really selling this place. Like you really joke around with them a little bit and just have some fun. You're getting to the point where you just don't have anything to say. So I want you to write down things to go to, like you know, ARV is 300,000. That was a good. That's why I gave you that map. So that was a good.
Yeah.
That was good that you said that. But he said that he has 11 showings for it.
Yeah.
And I mean, so this is something. Now, what would you do on this one? Let's just, with the information you got, what would you offer?
What would I offer? I'd
Yeah.
offer probably around like 80,000.
80, perfect. That's 50% of what they're asking for. That's I would go probably 50 because it's really bad. So it's something that you can come back and just offer 40, offer 50. Let's see where they're at if they've got a mortgage. Yeah, and they've got a mortgage. So somebody try to come in here and flip this. They still
Right.
owe
They're just trying to break even.
Yep, they're just trying to get out of it. They made a mistake. Okay?
Yeah.
So call them back in about an hour. You've got this this is in your DMs. Let me make sure. I think I put it in there. Is it in there? Yeah, so that's there. You've got 3 to call on today, so you can keep on calling on those. Those are all possibles. It's nice.
Totally.
But I want you to relax. I want you to go on to ChatGTP and say, I'm a wholesaler and I need some bullet point questions to ask real estate, because that's all you need is something just to trigger you. But I want you to do 20 of these today. And I want you to flail around just like you're doing, because as you flail around, you're going to be learning. It doesn't feel like it. It feels like you're just kind of flailing, and then I'm insulting you and telling you it was a C. But the whole point is, I really want you to just keep on going. It's a learned skill, because when I get on with these guys, I joke around with them right away. They're just human beings. Like, have a good time with it.
Yeah.
I would start with, hey, I'm a new investor. Okay. And so I'm going to need you to hold my hand on this one. This would be my first fix and flip or whatever it is. So what can you tell me about the property? Okay. Super simple. Your credibility is exactly who you are. So any of the stuttering or any of the like, I don't know what to ask you now. That's all going to be okay, because you warned them. You're like, hey, bear with me. I'm kind of a moron.
Yeah.
So if you do that early, people are really, really cool about it.
Sweet. Yeah.
Okay. So keep on going. Come back tomorrow. I want to hear, but I want you to do 20 of them. Make sure you do 20.
All right, gotcha. I'll let you know how many I do.
Those three count. I'll give you that. So you get 17 to go.
Okay, thumbs up. I'll get to it.
Okay, just keep calling though. If they're not answering, go to the next one. Just keep on going.
Gotcha. All right, thanks, Trent.
Take it easy. All right, John, what's up?
Hello. Actually, I just have a question about the that last one there that had a mortgage on it.
Yeah.
So would you could still offer them a cash deal even though there's still a mortgage on that house?
Yeah, absolutely, because they're going to use that cash to pay off their mortgage. We're not super thrilled with that. It's got a 6.85% interest rate, so it's not amazing. So we're not as interested in taking over that kind of a loan. But we are interested if we can get it for, probably 50 grand for that place, because you're going to need to do a lot of work on it. The ARV of 300 is pie in the sky. That guy's full of it. But yeah, this 685, not our favorite thing.
Okay.
Makes sense?
Yeah.
Usually in these situations, if this was like 3%, I would go in and offer a mortgage takeover, because their balance, I mean, their monthly is right around 1,100, right? And then what did we figure the estimate was, or didn't tell us? I can't remember. Where is it? Why did I see it before? Now I don't see it. Hold on. Oh, here. Oh, estimated rent. So 1,452 is the estimated rent. So you've got $400 to play with. No, 300. So still, it's just rough with that high of an interest rate. That's where we get kind of killed. Makes sense?
Yeah, makes sense.
That's why we want to go on something like this cash deal. Even though we know they owe the 160, and they'll probably say no to it. They might be totally screwed, and we don't know that either. But that's why we want to find out why people are selling. That's the most important part. So we always want to get their motivation. Like, why are you getting rid of this? You know, what's the problem? Is it, oh, you're an investor and it didn't really work out for you, or it doesn't cash flow? You know, we want to know all that stuff.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah. So my situation, I guess it's. Oh, I'm kind of echoing.
No, that's cool. I can hear you fine. I could tell you just had more questions.
Okay. So I have a realtor that is really responsive to me. I just started out this process, and all I did is I just left a message, just kind of dip my toe in the water, and she called me back right away.
Good.
And so it's this property with a mortgage on it, with 306,000 of debt owing, 68,000 in equity. And I was looking at it on PropStream last night. It was about 417 original buying price.
Okay.
With a 6.15 interest rate.
Okay. So that's a market interest rate. So that's not super delicious for us. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, at that, and what was the monthly payment? Did you see that?
Rent was about. Okay. Monthly payment if we're qualified was 2,400, and the max rent that you could pay is about 2,000.
Okay, so moving on, right? Because you're paying $400 more than you can rent it for.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So there's no money to be made there. So again, we want to go to. They wanted 417.
They're asking 399.
So 400, and so we need that to rent for $4,000 a month for us to even look at it. And you're saying it rents for $2,000 a month. So that's that 1% rule, just to make life easy. So you want to go and you want to find something that is going to rent for 1% of the purchase price. So like this, here's a $1.3 million place. Kind of beautiful, but let's see what potential rents are if it tells us. Okay, so it's $5,000 a month. Sounds great if you're in a $400,000 place. This needs to be $13,000 for it to cash flow. Okay. And believe it or not, I mean, like I live in California, and on the beach down here, there are plenty of people spending $20,000 a month on their house. Crazy. But that's what you need. So that's why I always am kind of looking in the, like, here's one for 145. Let's see what that's got. So it's 145. It's an actual house. Kind of cool. Let's see where it's at. So, oops. Okay, let's check it out. Looks pretty good. Those floors might be hammered. Sometimes you can't tell. And so we know this one's 145. What do we need the rents to be?
1,400.
So the rents are 1,645.
Oh, 1,645.
Well, that's great because we needed it to be 1,450, right?
Yeah, 14.
Yeah, so you're there. So you get it. Like that's one to call on. Do you want to call?
Sure.
Sure. It's been on for 137 days.
Okay.
So let's have you call that one.
Okay.
The woman's name is Jim. Kidding.
What?
I don't know. Just teasing.
Okay.
So this might be Jim's cell phone. So let's call that, because this one is the office line. And so we call what we think is the cell phone first. Okay. And so just so you're not jumping in, okay, so property is being sold as is, short sale. So something's going on with it. So when we see something like that, we go to PropStream right away, put in the address. Is that the right one? Yep. So what we want to do is we want to find out what's going on. Okay. I love to see how many properties. They own 6 properties, but they're having a short sale for some reason. Okay. The mortgage, they don't have a mortgage. Okay. So we've got a lot of questions to ask. Do you see all the questions that we have to ask?
So questions would be what needs to be fixed?
Well,
is there any?
Look at this one specifically. So we're seeing the property is being sold as a short sale as is. Okay. So that's question number 1. Like, hey, I see that you guys are saying this is a short sale. I'm a new investor. Can you give me an idea what that means? Okay. So you'll get stuff out of them. They'll know that you're potentially a pushover, which is great. And just say, yeah, I'm new at all this, and so I'm wondering why this one's a short sale and what that means. And I mean, are they behind? Because I looked at public record and I saw that there's no mortgage. Is that true? Fill me in on all this, So you got a lot you can talk to them about.
Okay.
Okay, so let's make the phone call. And
Okay.
and you're calling Jim.
Is it in my DMs?
Nope, I just can you see my screen or no?
Oh,
I highlighted it for you.
highlight it. No, I can't see it. I'm on a phone. I don't know if that.
Okay, here, I'll put it in your DMs.
Okay.
Can you see the address? Can you see my screen at all?
Oh, I can see it now. Yeah.
Okay. And so this is the address.
Okay.
I'll put that.
Perfect.
So the main question is like, hey, I'm brand new at all this, and I don't know what it means that it's a short sale. Can you explain that to me? And here's the pictures of it. You can kind of go through it.
Sorry, I'm just having a hard time reading.
No worries.
Uh,
Do you see in your DMs I sent you the phone number for Jim?
oh, there we go.
Is that better?
Okay, perfect. Yeah. Okay, now I can see a lot better. I'm trying to read your screen.
Oh, I just switched screens somehow. Sorry about that. Hold on.
Okay. By the way, I'm from Canada, so
We won't
area
hold that
code's a
against
little bit
you.
foreign to me.
Okay. No worries.
Okay. So 2. Hmm. 0, 0.
Got it?
Yes.
All right. Let's hope he answers. Hey, John, also, can you turn off your noise suppression? Did you hear where I don't know how you do it on the phone. Anybody that can help on the phone? I don't know. I'm not sure how we do that. Oh, well, you're calling from your phone, huh? I'm not going to be able to hear you. John, you still there? Well, maybe he's talking to somebody, but I can't hear him because he's on his phone. We can definitely see his head, though. There we go. Can you hear me, John? Oh, you're on the phone. I can't hear. Sorry, guys. Looks like he's doing well, though. So I don't want to see how it went. We'll see. Sorry, guys. I should know that he was on his phone. He wouldn't be able to. I was just talking to TikTok. Sorry about that. Are you good, John? Okay, I'm going to leave John up, and I just don't want to. I don't want to cut him off and have his. Okay, I'm going to bring the rest of you guys up. John, if you can hear us, can you hear us, John? Oh, you can. Okay, I'm going to.
It's like talking from myself.
John, I'm going to put you back in the audience just for a second because we can't hear you at all. Were you on the phone call?
Yeah, it's on the phone. Yeah, sorry.
Okay, good. How'd it go?
Oh, you guys didn't hear. I'm sorry about that, guys.
No, totally my fault. 100% because I realized after you called that you're on your phone, and so there's no way for us to hear
I'm
it.
sorry. I'm so sorry. That was such a good. There's a lot of things. So I'll just go over it quickly. So she basically went over what a short sale was. So basically, the house is worth less than what he owes on it. So basically, as long as a lender approves the cash buy, they'll go through with the sale.
Okay.
So they said the investor basically is expected to buy the money outright, either through a rehab loan or a hard money loan. Yeah. And so she explained to me a hard money loan is just for it's a higher interest rate, and it's just to buy the property, and the rehab loan is you get less of an interest rate sometimes, but it includes the renovation plus the cost of the house to buy.
Right. So that's huge. Well, good. So you got an education out of it.
I'm sorry you couldn't hear that. It was a really good conversation. I apologize.
I could tell you were happy. I was like, oh, good, this is going good. Okay. So hey guys, like let's make that our way of doing things. Don't be afraid of just saying that you don't know what you're talking about. Because
Yeah, I just said I'm a new investor, and she just started just going off. Yeah.
That's awesome. So good. Okay, so what's your plan on this one?
I still want to make it sense to cash flow, so I'd have to like, punch some numbers and see if it'll go or not.
Good. And then, so run those numbers and then call her back and make an offer. That's awesome.
Okay.
How much did he owe on it? Did she say?
She didn't have any information on that.
Okay, let me see if PropStream does. Hold on. I'm gonna check it in Atlas too, just real quick. Hold on.
I find like when I'm asking realtors if like asking specific amount of debt, they don't know.
They usually won't, and that's why we've kind of got an edge because we can find that out. You can always ask for mortgage, for their mortgage statements. Okay, so I see 0 loans. That's the problem. Okay, so I haven't seen a loan anywhere, and they bought it for 125. So they're trying to get out. It's interesting that he's an investor, but he's upside down. So. Yeah, I would stay on this one. I would definitely. I mean, I wish I knew how much he owed. Find out if you can get a mortgage statement just so you can figure something out.
Okay.
But the cash price, you want to go about 50% of the of what they're asking and see if that's even within what they want. But I don't have any.
Now, would I punch those numbers in Buy Box Cartel?
Yeah, you can do that for sure.
Okay, that's what I've been doing. So I've been using that as kind of a.
So keep in mind
map.
The numbers in Buy Box are way less aggressive than mine. Mine are super aggressive. I'm 50% of what they're asking. They're about 70%. I go for a 5% down payment on seller finance. They go for 10%. I am just massively aggressive. I want to be as low as possible because I can always come up. With Buy Box, they're pretty much at the threshold of what you can, what you can offer.
Okay. And then, okay, so if a buyer takes this over, right? So they would have to pay the 50,000. What if they agree? Let's say they agree to 50,000. So they would have to pay 50,000 in cash and then rent it out.
I get invited.
Yeah, so it'll be cash or it'll be a. They can still get a loan. So a loan is cash, but I mean, how they bring it, it's cash just means that the seller gets everything. It's not going to be on payments. That's all that is.
Okay, and so it would just be like a title, like they take the title too.
Yeah. When you buy something, you get the title. That's when you pay cash, you get the title. So when it's seller finance, the seller keeps the title just as security to make sure that they get paid.
Okay.
So like when you buy a house, the bank holds the title until you pay it off, and then they give you the title.
Right. Okay.
Same thing.
Right. Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
So that's a little bit more simpler. Okay.
Yeah, keep it simple. That's my mantra is as keep everything as simple as possible. All right.
Okay.
Good job. Great. I'm glad that worked out.
I'm sorry I couldn't hear the conversation.
Oh, I know. I could see it in your eyes, though. I could tell you were super confident. So that's great.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Okay, bud.
Okay. Thank you.
Job. Okay, take it easy. Somebody in the chat asked what calculator I use. I use this one and I use this one because I just that oven drives me bananas. Here's how I calculate things is I go, hey, if you're on stage and your mic's not muted, can you mute it, please? Anthony, Saeed. Thanks, guys. I just do it like that's why I try to keep it simple. And if I can find someplace that's 1% of the purchase price for the rent.
Can you hear me?
Then yeah, Jose, we could hear you. That's why those are the ones I call on. That's just keeping it as simple as possible. Okay, Jack, what's going on?
Hey, so I'm just wondering for the creative financing versus versus kind of making a cash offer, like a lowball cash offer. Which would you do in can you make a seller financing if they still have a mortgage? Do they have to own the?
So that would be what's commonly known in here as sub 2, but it's not really sub 2 because we don't do sub 2. We do a mortgage takeover. And so if they've got a good interest rate and they've got equity about, if they only have about 30 grand in equity, then we say, hey, we'll come in and we'll just take over the mortgage. In fact, I'm doing that with one student. We did it yesterday, and it's a fourplex, and we've offered to just take over the mortgage, and we asked the realtors to lower their percentage because the people aren't going to make any money. They had about $20,000 in equity, but we kind of talked that away. We're like, well, you're overpriced, so your equity's not really real.
So if they're in pre-foreclosure or if they are being foreclosed on, can you still take it over?
Absolutely. Once it hits foreclosure, you can't. Pre-foreclosure, you can. I've done it several times. I usually come in on the day that they're going to lose their credit, and I pay up their back mortgage, and I have them deed over their property to me. And so it saves them from losing their credit, and they're really motivated when it's the day of. And so I just contact the mortgage company and I wire the money that they owe right to them.
And how, I guess, how would you go about taking? I understand for like the creative contracts, you send them the contract. They either accept it, or if they accept it, it's who's it? Gardner, I think.
Oh, the Garden St. Germain.
Yeah, I know that they are the buyers for that. So if you do a mortgage takeover, am I the buyer for that? How do you?
The cool thing is the house goes into a trust, and then we're selling the trust. So the trust is the owner. And so we're buying 90% of the trust. Their job is to bring the mortgage to the trust. That's 10%. That's why they are a 10% owner, but they've got no rights to any of it, and they have no responsibilities to any of it. Their only responsibility is to bring their mortgage to the table, and then that all goes into a trust, and then we sell the trust.
Okay. So how do I find a buyer for the trust?
You can put it through Buy Box. That they've got a whole team of buyers that they put everything to, or you can go on Facebook groups. That's a huge way. That's a lot of people are selling them. So you go into, let's say you're in Chattanooga, and you go to Facebook in Chattanooga and say looking for retail buyers or looking for buyers, and they'll reach out to you through Facebook.
Okay.
It's the Garden St. Germain Act is the act that was put in place in 1980 something, and that's why it's okay to do that.
Okay. I think that's all I was really had right now. I know there's
Are you making phone calls?
Yeah. I've made about a dozen phone calls combined today and yesterday. Mainly doing creative to multi-unit and single to multi-units.
Perfect. That's huge. Good. And those are easier because you're not dealing with you're dealing with professionals, and they're usually investors.
Yeah. I've had a couple of people that expressed interest. One person that seemed really keen, but haven't heard back from him. I was going to call him on tomorrow, follow up, be like, hey, it's been 2 days now. You said you were interested. What's up?
Yeah, call them today. Don't wait. Don't ever wait. Like if you think about them, call them. Like I am a maniac about calling people. People get nice and sick of me, and that's the way I like it because I become memorable. And so they know who I am. They know I'm serious. They know I'm excited. Like that, it's everything. Everybody thinks to sit and wait. The only time I sit and wait is I've made an offer and I want to let it bake. And so usually my offers are low, and so they have to really think about it. And my hope is that no other offers come in, and so they in a week or two they come back to me and they say, "Yeah, we're going to take your offer because we don't have anything better."
Yeah, every phone call I've got, I always, all right, thanks, can I get your email so I can send this offer to you right now? And then I send the offer like right as I get off the phone with them.
Great, good.
So, yeah.
I like to build more rapport than that because those offers get kind of ignored. I like to build rapport. I like to give them about an hour. I'm going to go run my numbers, and then I call them back and talk to them, because the more touches you have with the realtor, the more they get to know you, the more they get to trust you. And people like doing business with people they trust.
Okay.
Because I mean, all the other wholesalers are just like, "Hey, how about 250?" And then that's all they do, and then they move on to the next one.
Yeah.
And so it's a strategy. It's not my way of doing things. I like to make it more human and get to know them and kind of build it like a business and networking. And so I'm always after the deals they have in their pocket that they, are just coming in, or they think of me and they're like, "Oh, that guy, he likes doing those kind of deals. Oh, I just got this one that came in. I'm going to call that guy."
Okay. Well, thanks,
All right.
man. I appreciate it.
Sure. Happy to do it.
Hey.
All right.
Trent,
What?
could I go on, or I'm just gonna head out here in a bit? I just have a couple of questions for you.
Yeah. What's going on, Saeed? Do you have a camera?
Okay, so
All I'm seeing is black.
it's on, but it's not working for some reason. I have it on, but I can't see myself.
Just unplug it and plug it back in, and maybe it'll work.
Oh, it's on my laptop, but I'll hold on. I'll take it off.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, what's going on?
Put it back on. So I just asked you a question about that 80% rule for multifamily. So their rent roll, so it brings in about $13,600 a month, but their net after expenses, their net operating income comes to about 7,000. So do I use that number? But it doesn't include any vacancies like the 5%. They do have maintenance and some expenses for HVAC and things like that.
They're cash flowing 7,000 a month, or that's their expenses are 7,000 a month?
They're cash flowing about 7,000 a month.
That's great. Yeah. Well,
And but I mean, do I add anything to the expenses to do my numbers or anything, or like how do I go about it?
I always do 20% for sure, because I want to add 20% to that just so I'm for sure. But you're already cash flowing like 50%, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, and they're free and clear. So I did throw an offer out yesterday. I think it's pretty a lowball offer, but we'll see how it goes. Another question I had was
seller finance would be perfect. That's what
I offered. Yeah.
Would you offer? What's the
so the property is their asking price is $2 million. I said 100. I said 150,000 down, and because I did property taxes and everything, and I said maybe a $2,000 payment. I don't think they'll go for it, but I'm just gonna throw it out there.
Okay. Yeah. Good. Take chances. Why not? All they'll do is come back with something else.
Exactly. Another question I had about sub 2. I made an offer to a seller, and they were kind of worried about how the whole process works. They rejected it. We kind of reached back out yesterday, and again, he wants to know just how it works. But I think what they're worried about the most is being able to get a second mortgage because they're moving. So I just wanted to know how to explain that to them.
Yeah, so their debt to income ratio is going to be affected for sure, because it's going to, when they look it up, it's going to show that they have another mortgage already, and so the lender that they're dealing with is going to be like, "Wait, you already have a mortgage," and they'll be able to explain that away. Usually, about after 6 months of consistent payments, they can explain it away and say, "Well, here's all the paperwork. This is what I did," and they've been paying, faithfully. The buyer paid faithfully for 6 months.
Oh, okay. So they would have to wait 6 months then, because I think these guys are trying to move right away.
Right. So what I do, As I find out where they want to move to,
Okay.
start searching for houses. Try to find them a house to move into. Okay,
Okay.
so that way you can hit both sides.
Oh yeah, I see that.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay. So just
That's
do another.
you say, hey, I'll get you into a place that you don't have to qualify for. What do you think of
Okay.
that?
It's a meal, man.
Okay.
So
that
that's
makes
easy
sense.
to find. Those are 10 times easier to find because you've already got a buyer that is telling you, oh, I want to be in this zip code. I want a 3-bed, 2-bath. I want it to be, this much a month.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, that's all I wanted to ask for today.
Okay.
The property I talked to you about yesterday. I know you told me to offer like 50,000. I
Yeah.
offered this commission 36,000, and like I upped the payments a little bit, so it does work. So like I upped them. And I know you said 400 and something. I offered, I think it was $700, and
Yeah.
the agent's trying to get it done. So I'm just waiting for a call back. She was talking to the seller. I think I'm not sure if he'll go for it because it's seller carry 700 grand, but she thinks he might be able to.
You never know. That's why we want to find out their motivation as much
Yeah,
as possible. That's huge.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay,
Great.
we'll talk to you soon. Thank you.
Here, bro. Take it easy. All right, Teriyaki. Where are you? There's nobody there. Teriyaki is out of the house. Okay, whoever brings up their camera can come up.
I'm ready,
it
Trent.
looks like you're trying to do your camera, but it's not working. What's going on?
My camera is not working?
Nope.
Oh, it's come on Google Meet. Got it. How about now?
Is Google Meet MEAT? It's like a butcher shop or what?
Nah, it's like Zoom.
It's like Meat Spin. That's a butcher shop.
How am I coming in right now, though?
Not coming in, but what's going on?
That's
I know
interesting.
you're trying. That's all that matters.
Missed payments on a seller finance deal. What's recourse? Is it the deed of trust?
2 in a row, they get the house.
Because of deed of trust, or it's written in the deed, or
Yep, it's in the contract. I like to put in three consecutive months. If you miss for 3 months, then but I know Richards are all 2 months.
and so the seller just comes back with the contract.
They
hey, look,
get the house. They get the house. They get the down payment. They get everything that we put into the house. If we fix the roof, if we put in a pool, they get everything. Pretty good
Okay.
recourse. In the
Can
lottery.
you wholesale DSCR loan type of deals?
I don't see why not.
Okay, if I run the numbers and like, man, this is a good cash on cash return, good cash flow. It's using a DSCR loan. I'll offer this. They accept the offer.
Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem.
Okay, I have a lead where it's 2 quadruplexes on 1 parcel, so 8 total doors. One quadruplex is intact. The other one is fire damaged and therefore not in use. And so the investors just want out of it. Low equity deal. And I'm trying to see if it's something to pursue where one is intact and one is fire damaged.
Okay.
3% interest rate. They just
Did the
want
fire
out.
affect the other one at all? Because sometimes then it's smoke damage for the other one.
No, I have to get
If
back
they're
to my
on-
brother, but it's fully rented out.
Okay.
So what should be the approach with this particular one?
No idea. Because I don't know how much it's going to cost to fix the other one. I mean, I would go after it as a buy one, get one free and get the first one super cheap.
So the super cheap one would just be taking it over. Hey, we'll take these. We'll take the property off your hands, type of thing.
Absolutely.
Okay. How do I go about an agent sent me a pocket listing for 10 quadruplexes and he gave me the rent roll?
Okay. So cash flow?
Yeah.
Okay.
Seller's not open to seller financing.
I don't know because I mean, do they own it free and clear?
Yeah. It's just the agent because I called on one to pitch seller. financing. He said, the seller turned that down. He's like, but I do have this. Seller isn't open to anything creative at this time, but here it is. So he gave me 10 quadruplex, and I'm like, if they're not open to seller financing, is it worth even like underwriting or looking into?
Yeah, of course. I mean, what if each quadruplex is $20? That would be worth looking into. So I don't know how much they are. How much is each quadruplex?
300,000, 340.
Okay, and what are the rents?
Across the board, it's like 3,100 each.
Okay, so it's not going to really cash flow. You're saying 3,100 per the fourplex, or are you saying 3,100 per door?
3,100 per the fourplex. Fourplex
Okay,
gets
so like
around 3,100.
$100 a month rent.
What's it again?
$800 a month per door.
Yeah.
You've got 40 doors.
Yep.
So you're at 32,000 a month for all of it.
Yeah.
What's the purchase total? 3.4 million.
Yep.
Close. Yeah. If you get a nice discount on that, yeah, that's close. Where is it?
This is in Missouri.
Okay. Yeah, you're close. I mean, the key is just get the. I mean, if it's all free and clear, tell them it doesn't cash flow as it is. So seller finance, and then give them 25% of the rents. So you could give them, what is that? Give them $8,000 a month.
So only look at it as a seller financing opportunity then.
Or cash if it's super low. But they don't have a mortgage, so that wouldn't be a mortgage takeover.
And then cash, how are you looking at it from a cash standpoint? Like cash on cash return, I spend 3.4 mil or 3 mil. I want 10%.
Yeah, I want my cap rate to be in the 10 to 12% for sure. And the cap rate is your ROI for the first year.
Yeah.
So I want $340,000 that first year. If I'm taking all 10.
Okay. And then the last lead is Indiana lead. It is on the market for 175. It brings in 2,400. The agent thinks it's about 40K in repairs, but they're all rented out. You just said there's this bad repairs in the property, but it's rented out for 2,400, asking 175. Said he's had seller financing offers before. His concern was a combination of getting his money. So I wanted to see how to go about underwriting this from the seller financing aspect, then cash aspect.
Well, you can offer him $600 a month. That's a 25% of total rents. Offer him 5% down. So what is that? Offer him 8,000 down. Balloon it out for 10 years, at least 0% interest, and yeah, that should do it.
And then no other offer, just seller financing. Go the seller finance route.
Nope. If you can get it for cash at like 80, 70, then that's really good. And you're for sure they don't have a mortgage?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that either one of those works. So you come in with do an $80,000 cash and then pivot to seller finance.
Okay. And then where'd you get the cash number on a 175 list?
For my brain, I usually go about 50%.
Okay, got it.
So I went a little lower.
All right, that's it for today.
Okay, bro. Take it easy.
Thank you.
Okay, Teriyaki, how was the bathroom? Everything good?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good. How are you?
I'm good. So like the deal that I talked about yesterday, you said to offer for $50,000 with 10%, and they said yeah, they like the deal and they
Oh,
want to
good.
push it.
Okay.
So like, but the thing is,
Did I
they
say
said
10%
that they
or did I say 10%?
yeah they changed. I made the deal. I changed the. I renegotiated from 15 to 10,
Okay, good.
and the interest rate removed. No interest rate. And
Perfect.
the thing is, they said that they want to pay for the taxes and insurance. So like I think we pay them directly and then they pay the taxes and insurance themselves.
Okay. They just want to make sure that it's paid.
Yeah, I think so. Something like that.
Okay. Yeah, it's interesting, but
So
yeah,
like
that's fine.
I just push it on buy box cartel, right, sir?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. And then like after that, do I have to do anything else? Do I have to wait? What do I do now, sir?
So
After I
you
push
can
it.
contact them at any time. You go over to the left side of the Discord and go down to after you're going to go to submit my deal, and then you're going to go to feedback center. And nope, not feedback center. Where is it? Submit your deal. There's one that says help. Well, they reorganized everything. I don't know where that is anymore. Oh, support. There it is. So just go down to support, and then you can send them messages. And so you really have to bug them because they're super busy, and so everybody gets a little forgotten because they've got so many deals going through.
Okay, sir. And so yeah, I think I have that figured out. And I have another
Great.
deal I would like to show you.
Yeah, let's see
I have
it.
all the details saved for you, so that way it won't take much of your time.
Perfect. Let's see
Give
it.
me 1 second. About option message. This doesn't fall with the 1% though. That's the problem.
Oh, that's not good. Why not?
Wait, give me 1 second, sir. There you go. That's the address on the top.
All right.
Because
Okay,
of the
and it
rent, I think.
doesn't meet the 1% rule. What makes you like it?
I think the seller is waiting for seller finance. Maybe if I offer them a 0% interest rate,
There we go.
that would
Okay.
actually try to bring up the cash flow and give us a little bit of room.
Okay. And so they're asking how much. It doesn't say on Zillow how much this is. It is
Oh, my bad.
5. Oh no.
Give me 1 second.
What is the exact mortgage balance? So they've got 45,000 in the balance. What's the motivation here? Why are they selling?
They just want to let go of the property.
Okay. How bad do they want to let it go? So we can come in. I mean, is the what's the mortgage like?
The mortgage is around like 45K, something like that. That's what the agent said.
Yeah, that's what they owe. I'm sorry. What is it per month? What are they paying? Oh, monthly PTI is 1,100, and your rent is 18 per unit.
Mm-hmm.
How many units? 2.
There's two. There's 2 units.
And it's only 1,100 a month, huh? And you're pulling in 3,200. That's great. Okay.
So
Let me see here. Let's see. So it's 360. So that's why you're the 1% rule is not okay. They have about $360,000 in equity. is what it says on PropStream. So they're almost paid off. Their balance is 60,000 at 6%. So I think you have it backwards. The balance, I mean, the balance is, oh, maybe the balance is 45. Okay, I see what you're saying. I was thinking that was equity. Okay, so what are you thinking here?
I just want to ask for your advice on how to execute this myself.
I think this is a hybrid. It might be just you pay them 45K. Let's see, what are they? It's a little bit more than 10% and take over the loan. But I would pay them way less. Let's see. I'm sorry, not take over the loan. Let's get them into a seller finance situation. So if you can get into seller finance so it can cash flow better, their mortgage right now is $600 a month. They're going to be looking at let's do like an $800 a month payment to them.
$800 a month payment. Okay.
That's what we can get. If it's 3,200 for sure. I'm sorry, 3,600, right? Yeah. So go 800.
And this is
they're
only
asking,
PI?
what's that?
This is only PI, sir?
What's the
principal?
total?
Oh, the total? Okay.
I'm just looking
So
here.
we only pay them 800 a month?
Yeah, 800 a month would be the payment. That's what we're
Okay.
paying them for the mortgage. Everything, that's just the principal. So
Okay.
the ITI will be part of your expenses, but you should be fine.
So like for the offer, which is the asking price is 455K. Should I increase it more or do I just leave it the way it is?
You can leave it there for now.
Okay.
But offer them like 20,000 down.
On top. Oh,
No,
20,000 down.
20,000 down payment as a down payment. And then do the same thing you did with the other one. Let's keep it 22,000 for $800 a month.
Mm-hmm.
0% financing and a 10-year
Mm-hmm.
balloon if you can get it.
Okay, 0% finance and 10-year balloon.
Yeah, because
Balloon.
their price is a little bit high, so we don't want to pay that 45,000 in equity they think they have.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So like just to be clear, sir, you want
Sure.
me to tell them that we pay them 800 a month
Yep.
and the offer stays the way it is, 455K with 20% down and
Yep.
zero financing and 10-year balloon.
Yeah. And the way
And
you offer it is say, hey, your offer price is a little high, but I can come in and I can do your offer price and this is my terms.
okay.
Or these terms.
Okay. What about the taxes and insurance? Does that come with us as well, or?
Yeah, that's just a separate payment that will go through an escrow company. That will be set up separately, but that's not part of the 800.
Okay, so the 800 goes to the seller. Got you, sir. Okay, I think that's it. That's all my questions for today.
Good, you're doing great.
Thank you, sir.
All right, buddy.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Later. Bye. Jose, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Trent? How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Good, good. I just most of my questions were answered just watching the live, so I just gonna
Good.
ask if you could touch on some of my other questions. For seller financing, when we're structuring the contract, is that the purchase and sale agreement contract?
Uh-huh.
Okay, cool. So I want to get familiar with that because I saw that in on the Discord, so I'm gonna start looking over
Yeah.
at that. When I send out offers, how do I send out the offers? Is it called like LOIs? Do I use like a LOI template?
Yeah, so an LOI is a letter of intent. So it's just a letter you're sending that's saying, I'm intending to offer you this. It's
Okay,
just a
so I will
formal way
send
to make an offer.
then so I'll send that out first, and if they say yeah, then I'll send them over like the contract.
Yeah, exactly. And so the contract
Okay.
comes second. So once they say yes, then you formalize it with a contract. And the purchase or sales agreement, like that is a POS. Sometimes they'll be called that. So
Okay, if I want to JV with you, I send out the letter of intent, and if they say yes, that's when I fill out your form.
yeah, or we can help you with the LOI as well, and you can fill out the form
Okay.
and push it through. Let's hear what the numbers are first to see if it's even a deal.
Oh, I don't. I'm not. I'm just asking a question. I do
So
have a
this is
property in mind. I do have a property in mind. If you want to look it up, I haven't really ran any numbers.
no, I see what
I
you're saying. You're just planning for the future when you have something. Totally get it. Yeah,
yeah. I have
just
something.
run it.
I
Yeah,
haven't
run
made
it
any.
through us first, like just so we can check it and make sure it's a property. If it matches all the criteria that you've heard me talk about, then more than likely it's going to be a deal. And yeah, we'll help you out with it for sure. Happy to do
Yes. Another question for EMD. What's the percentage of the cost that should be?
Usually we just do like $1,000 or $1,500. I like to do
So
it
it's
as low
just,
as possible. It's just kind of
so
a
it's always the
standard.
same.
Yeah.
Standard, always the same. Okay, I thought I had to go up if the price was up.
No, I mean, depends. I mean, if you're talking a $5 million property, they'll want more. But yeah.
Okay, EMD is good, letter intent. Got that. And then we talked about the trust on the last one. And I wanted to thank Mr. Clark. Thank you for putting out those questions. And thank you for your help, Trent.
You bet. Happy to do it.
All right, bye.
All right. All right, Anthony, what's going on? You're finding it. There it is.
All right, I got it.
Well done, sir.
Can you hear me?
You've learned so much.
All right, I love it.
What's going on?
Thanks for taking my call here. And I think I'm more nervous to talk to you than I am to the realtors. I don't know why.
Good. I like that. Good. Boo.
But, all right,
However I
cool.
can scare you, that
Thank
just
you.
makes me happy. If I can get you to cry, that's even better.
All right, nice. Well, thank you. I have some deals that I'm working on potentially. Okay. And let me see here. Let me get my notes here and see where I'm at.
Okay.
I have Carson City. I have Nevada. I have Texas. A few deals that I want to ask you about. The one on my radar right now today.
Yeah.
Is a I was inspired by the scavenger hunt.
Okay.
For Kelly scavenger hunt in Ohio. And I found a property that I stumbled upon. And I believe, if I have the proper information, I believe they have 1% equity.
Okay, perfect.
So I was running the numbers. The list price is $435.
Uh-huh.
And I'll have you check the numbers. I'll send you the property information in your DM. But I believe the mortgage balance is $397.
Okay.
And I estimated that if they were to sell the property, it's $435. If they sell the property minus 10%, they're going to clear about $391, $392.
Okay.
So that's telling me that the seller is going to have to bring about $5,000 to the table.
Yep. Good.
All right.
Those are
all
all good motivations. Why are they selling?
They are selling because the owner's a football coach and he's relocating.
Good. Okay.
Area.
Good. I love dealing with athletes. Athletes are a different breed. They always want to win, so you got to make sure they feel like they win.
All right. I'm dealing with the realtor though.
I know, but in the end, that's the seller.
All right,
So
nice.
what does it rent for?
The rent is all right. Let me get my notes here.
Please tell me 4,000.
No, we're not hitting the 1% rule here.
No boy.
Yes, we're definitely
We
not.
will.
But
What's the interest
the only reason why I'm not concerned about that is I believe this is for Kelly and she's looking to live in it, or
Okay, cool. So
and the
what's
property
the
meets all of her criteria.
what's the percentage?
And I know she's looking for a sub 2. I don't have that information. I'm using the information from PropWire.
Okay, gotcha.
So
All right.
let me share with you the address, and we can get the actual numbers.
Yeah, send it on over.
Because I'm thinking the Trojan horse pitch here, right? Like from what I gather,
You can't do seller finance.
what's that?
This isn't a seller finance. This is a mortgage takeover. Yeah.
Oh, the seller finance is the checkmate, and then the Trojan horse is the sub 2.
Okay.
Where I think Richard was having us like in this situation. I was going to offer 414, and then seller would have to bring about 24 grand to the table, and then that would trigger them to say, "Hey, no, listen, we can't do that. They have a mortgage on the property." But here, let me share with you the numbers.
Yeah, and what are they paying month for the mortgage?
I don't know. Maybe you can get that from PropStream, right? I didn't get. I built some rapport with the realtor. I told her I was going to get back to her today with an offer.
Yeah, and get a mortgage statement before you make an offer, so you know that all the numbers are correct.
All right. How do I send you the? All right. I'm in
Just
your.
click on my face. Right click on my face.
All right, and then it says where it says messages.
Yep.
All right, now I'll just I'll copy and paste the Zillow link.
The address, either one.
Just type in the address.
Yeah, you can just copy and paste it right in.
All right, here.
Either way.
Yeah. Got it?
Let's see, checking right now.
All right. Oh, and the rent, I do a rent comps thing, and I came up with a rent of $21.90.
Okay.
There's no HOA on this property, and one thing that was interesting about it, I learned something new about this property is being taxed. It's you have a tax abatement for 15 years on the properties in Ohio, meaning they're taxed on the cost to renovate the property.
Okay.
As opposed to being taxed on the value of the property.
Okay. And this
so
one
they're
doesn't
paying a
need
little
to be
bit less.
renovated.
What's that?
This one doesn't need to be renovated. It needs.
No. I'm saying there's 9.5 years left remaining on the tax abatement.
Okay, great.
Yeah, so.
That's a little bonus. Needs new floors. 100% needs new floors.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
I know the one floor is a little scuffed up here.
Yeah, it's hammered, but we're trying to get discounts. So
yeah,
we're looking at that floor and we're saying, wow, and they know it.
Yes.
I mean, potentially you have somebody just come in and refinish them, but we're talking about like the entire thing needs to be done. All that wood floor needs to be replaced.
Replaced, or I'm on
Again,
your
Anthony,
side. Like here, I would say
I'm just trying to
it's like a
find
floor
I'm
needs
trying
to
to
be
find
replaced
problems,
with.
and so yeah, we always say the worst case scenario, and then we do whatever we want. But yeah, okay, let's check and see.
All right, what numbers do you have on there? What are we looking at for their
yeah, let's see.
Their interest and their payments? You know, PropWire used to give that information for free, and they just no longer.
Yeah. Let me just see. I'm gonna try it in
yeah, so
I got a different one that I use. Let me just see if it's working.
You using PropStream?
No, I use a different one that I'm not allowed to promote because Richard and Chris get paid by PropStream to promote PropStream, and so I use a different one, but I'm not allowed to talk about it.
Okay, you can't talk about it.
Maybe.
All right. Maybe Atlas.
Yeah, I can. I mean, have you used it or no?
No, I know about it, and I've familiar with the creator. He's one of the team leaders.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Yes.
Okay, let's see here.
So what's the interest? I'm curious about the interest rate and the and what their monthly payment is.
The numbers are coming off wrong. It's saying that they owe $3 million, so that's not it. So let's see.
No, I think that's part of a portfolio usually when it says that, right?
No, not necessarily.
I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, this one. The rate's 5.3. I think they just added an extra zero on this and kind of screwed everything up. So it's like, I think they owe 367. Is that what you were saying? They owe 351 maybe. Let me just
I had oh wait, here. I think I have a mortgage balance.
Oh yeah, everybody's got the
351.
Everybody's got it wrong. Yeah, I mean it's Prop has it wrong too. Yeah, they're all saying the amount is $18,000 a month is what they're paying. I'm assuming they're paying $1,700 a month, and that this is the loan amount was $367,500, and their estimated loan balance is probably 35, so 350. Does that make sense from what you've been talking to them about?
Yeah, when I presented it to you, I think I presented to you the right with this mortgage balance. Are they bringing money to the table if they sell?
And so in these situations, what I like to do is just offer nothing at all and just take over the loan. But I really wish I knew.
No, wait, that doesn't make now. Now I don't think they're bringing cash to the table. If they sell for 435 minus 10%, they'll clear 392. If they have 392 and they have a balance of 350, they're going to walk away. They have it looks like here like 46,000 in equity.
It looks like it, but it's not because
right.
There's a lot of stuff that needs to be done. They're overpriced. The wholesale price on PropStream's like 300,000, so I think they're overpriced. And so to hedge that, I say, hey, you owe $350 a month or $350,000. What did they say their monthly was? Did you ever get that? Because this is wrong.
I didn't want to allude to the.
Okay, I'm going to say
that I knew that. Yeah, I didn't want to.
problem.
Yeah, I didn't want to talk numbers with them, and that was the build a rapport call.
Gotcha. Perfect. So they owe 19. I think they pay $1,900 a month. And so, and you said the rents are how much?
20. What was the rent on? What did I have the rent on this one? I had 2190.
Yeah, it's not. That doesn't cash flow. It's not a good deal. The whole thing's not a good deal.
Right? You don't think so?
Nothing
Damn it.
here. Yeah.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. Yeah.
No worries.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah. They just if they're paying $1,900 a month. I mean, if they're paying $600 a month, then we can talk. I just don't know what they're paying a month because it's saying they owe $3 million on this thing. And so everything's wrong here. They don't have any other properties. Yeah, so you need to get a mortgage statement from them. Then you'll be able to know exactly what they're talking about. And just tell them
Okay.
public record like all screwed up because it's saying that their loan amount's $3 million. And it's not.
Yeah. So where would they need to be at to be a good deal?
I mean, if it's $475 they're paying a month, that's awesome. That's what I would offer them for seller finance, but they don't own the property, so we can't do a seller finance. But I mean, if you find out the comps in the area are in that $400,000 range. Wait just a second. Which one is this? That's the wrong one. Hang on, let me take a look at it. It's Bailey, right?
Yeah.
And what did you get as a rent? You said 2,100, something like that. Yeah, we need more information. Can't really make any decisions without that info. So ask them for a mortgage statement, just the latest mortgage statement, just so you can get an idea of what the taxes and all that stuff are. But you're really looking at
how do I allude her to that? I was
you say
giving her the impression
hey,
this was the 10th.
Can I get a copy of the mortgage statement so I know what the taxes are? That's
okay.
It's easy. They'll do it.
All right.
Yeah, you just want to know all the expenses, and so you just want to see it on the mortgage statement because that'll all be on the mortgage statement. And you're really not looking for that. You're looking to see how much they owe, and if you can take it over.
You think this property's a hump, huh?
Well, I just think it's nice on the outside. It's needs help on the inside, and it's overpriced. Because they're saying Zillow's saying principal and interest is $22.87, and so if you're renting for that same amount, then you're not making any money. Excuse me.
Okay.
So not a sellable.
Not even to Kelly, you don't think, for that scavenger hunt?
Potentially. I mean, I would send it to her or him. Who's Kelly? I don't know who Kelly is.
All right, it was part of the scavenger hunt, and it just inspired me, something to look
Send it.
for.
Yeah, I mean, it's a cool house if that's the area that they want to live in. I mean, the outside's super cute. I mean, it wouldn't be for me, but yeah, send it over because it's a corner lot. It looks nice inside. Yeah, and they're not renting it, so $2,100 a month to live is not bad.
All right, this one doesn't sound too exciting at all.
If it's for a retail buyer, it is. It's fine, but I still need the mortgage statements to see if I can take that over.
All right.
And the roof looks good, so that's good.
The realtor, she sold this property like 3 times. She has another property she shared with me that she sold 3 times. This one,
crazy.
This one is minus 7% equity. Another one that's close to the water, and she says it Airbnbs $1,200 a week during the summer.
$1,200 a week.
Yeah,
that's pretty cheap by the water. Yeah, but that's Lake Michigan, right?
It's Ohio. Cleveland.
Right, Lake Michigan.
Oh, Lake Michigan. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. If you find that mortgage information, bring it back tomorrow, and we'll look over it. And they'll give it to you. Just say you want to know you're just trying to find out exactly what is paid each month, just so you can make an offer. But yeah, send it to Kelly. Do that right away so she knows that you've claimed stake to it. Stake to claim to it. Claim to stake. Stake to claim. Eat a steak.
All right. May I ask you about another property?
Sure. Yeah.
Let's see here. I'll send you let me send you the property. This one's in Carson City.
Okay.
It's a multifamily. And the
Okay,
multifamilies are really kind of weird there, it seems like. Some of them are a one parcel property, and they're all priced ridiculous. None of them are follow your 1% rule. But this
Okay.
particular
How much is it?
okay, this
How much is
particular
it and
property,
what are the rents?
it's listed for $550,
Okay.
and it's selling it as a multifamily, but it's actually two parcels. Okay, but it's listed for $550. Rental revenue is $29.10.
How many units?
It's here, let me bring it up. It's 2 units. It's 2 bedroom, 1 bath each side.
Okay, so about 1,500 side. Gotcha.
I'm copying the link.
All right.
She rejected my seller finance offer. This is 100% owned.
What was your seller finance offer?
Let me bring it up. Here, wait, first, let me send you the property so you know what we're dealing with.
Perfect.
Okay, there's the property.
Got it.
And now, what was my offer to them? Okay. I offered, let me see here. Okay, this is, oh yeah, offer 1. I offered the asking price, $30,000 down payment, a okay, $30,000 down payment, and a monthly payment of $722. I took the rental revenue and divided that by 4. Right? Did I come up with that right number?
750. Yep. Okay.
So 722.
Perfect.
And then
do me a favor, just make that 700. 722 is a weird number.
All right, you got it. So we
Okay.
can make that 7. So all right, I'm at 698. I'll figure that out.
I wonder why it's so expensive.
Because she's selling them together. It's 2 separate parcels, but she wants to sell them together. I said, listen, could I buy one, not the other? And it's like, yes, but I'd like to sell them together.
Yeah, so they're $225 each and they rent for $1,500. Interesting. Okay, and you're doing seller finance. She owns it outright. You're in a good spot. Like if you can get it for 700 as a payment with that, yeah, that's a really good offer. They said no.
She said no, and I have a count.
Yep.
I'm not gonna bid against myself. I called her again yesterday and asked her to reconsider the offer and present it to the sellers again.
Yeah, sure.
And I want to keep the conversation going. I know they're
It's a good offer.
Okay,
it's a good offer. Like that's a great offer. That's a sellable offer. And so, yeah, just stick with her and say, well, okay, what's your counter? Like if she's just saying no and I don't want to talk, or does she not like seller finance, or what? Yeah. Because you can always put it up to 560. Make any changes to the purchase price, not to the monthly.
Here was my Here's my second offer. If they were interested in seller finance, but came at me, this was going to be my second offer. You only said 560, but here, tell me if you think this is good or not. Please.
Okay, spit it out.
The offer price was $600,000.
Too much.
Okay.
Why are we going up that fast? We don't have to go that far that fast.
I know,
You
but
what I mean?
I recall you saying the amortization, it really doesn't matter on that. So I can tell she's really, really not
This is the
interested.
negotiation. The negotiation to me is more important. Yeah, I mean that's not going to change the price of much, but it's too much too soon. Let's just go. Let's crank it up to
I like
260.
your style. Yes.
7.
Yes.
I mean,
All
to
right.
570.
All right, cool. Yeah, then I'll offer. I'm definitely not going to bid against myself. I'm only gonna if she's.
Yeah, just ask her to send you like, oh, that's great. You don't like it. What's your counter?
And I'm. Let me ask you this: am I being out of line or greedy? I'm trying to squeeze out a.
You are supposed to be. Be
no, but
greedy.
All right, but I'm saying with the
100%.
potential buyer of the contract, I'm trying to get a 15 grand assignment fee out of this.
Well, we'll see what's your assignment fee once it sells. So you don't have any assignment fee till it sells. Okay, I am going over time, so let's bring up the queen of Hold My Hand Wholesale.
I miss
there
you.
She is. How are you, buddy?
I am good.
Everything going well?
I jumped in last week and you were gone, and I was like, oh, he didn't even say hello. Okay.
I'm so rude. I'm sorry. My apologies.
No apology necessary, friend. It's good to see
Good to
you.
have you. All right, guys. You got an upgrade, as I always say. You're dealing with
Oh
royalty.
no, it depends on the day, friend. It depends on the day.
We'll see what happens. Don't expect too much then. I'll just say that.
Trent, can I ask you something really quick?
Okay, guys, I'm back at noon because I'm
Trent,
nuts.
Hernandez had a question for you.
Okay, what's up?
Hey, I submitted
You're
a
on
form
mute. Hold on,
for
let's
deal.
get you off of mute. What's up, buddy?
Hey, I submitted a form about a sub-2 deal. We were supposed to be on the call yesterday with the realtor, but I think you pushed it a little bit to 3:30 or something like that.
Yeah.
So she wasn't available anymore.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember that deal.
Yeah, the one. Didn't I call on that or no? Because I only had one call
I think
yesterday.
I think you said you called me, but I didn't receive any calls.
Oh shoot. Okay. Yeah. Want to try it again today?
Yeah. I mean, when are you available so I can tell her? Because she wants to get the seller on the phone too.
Yeah, let's do it now. I'm free for the next 2 hours, so I'm good. Let's do it.
Okay. Let me ask her if the seller is available.
Okay, cool. I'll send you my phone number.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, buddy. All right, take it over, Sharon.
All right, babe.
Thanks, buddy.
Have a good day.
You have a good day. Don't tell me what to do. Sorry about that. Alrighty, guys. To the 10 of you that are here still, I apologize. I left it on, which I always do. Hey, there's a link in my my Stan store for 1 month free of Hold My Hand Wholesale. Get in there.